Hey everyone, welcome back to a brand new video. And today we're going back to school in Monsters University. I am super excited for this because of intentionally I wasn't really planning on doing a movie review on Monsters University, but with the Monsters Inc. world coming soon in the Walt Disney World, I'm super excited to see it and possibly go in it, but not right now. But either way, for a little tribute for the Monsters Inc. franchise and the Monsters Inc. world coming up in the near future, possibly next year, I might as well do something special with it, and that's to review this movie. Now, I know you're wondering why am I wearing a jacket on the in a summer day. Might be hot in some few places right now, but the reason why I'm actually wearing this jacket because of I'm wearing a Monsters Inc. t-shirt, but it kind of has a problem with my green screen, and this is what it looks like without my jacket. I'm a ghost. Woo! But either way, I can't wait for this movie review, so without further ado, let's get started. One more thing I almost forgot. If you haven't seen Monsters University yet, then this may contain some few spoilers because of Monsters University is a prequel to Monsters Inc. So if you have no idea what's going on, then go ahead and check out Monsters University first, and then check out this movie review. And then when you're done, go ahead and watch this video if you're interested in it, or if you're a leaker sneaker, go on ahead. Now, one more thing, I don't usually like to, I usually do this at the near end, but it is a best way to get more subscribers. But if you guys want to see more awesome content coming out real soon, make sure you subscribe to this channel, give this video a big thumbs up, and hit the notification bell to see some more content real soon. And don't forget to comment down below what are your thoughts on this movie review and what you guys think of this movie. So yep, but either way, now let's get started. It starts off with young Mike Wazowski on a field trip to Monsters Incorporated, where they see the scare floor, where scarers come into there to get the children scream to power up their energy. However, Mike wasn't really doing too well because of despite his size, he feels like he doesn't belong there because his fellow students say so. However, during one session, Mike was interested by this one scarer that he actually sneaked out without any of the students noticing and went inside the room where the scarer was in, and with that, he decided to become a scarer himself. But in order to do that, he needed to go to the one university or one college to help him learn to become a scarer, and that's Monsters University. So years after, Mike has finally gotten his degree and finally got the chance to go to college, and with that, Mike is ready to take it on as a full-fledged college student. No matter what everyone says to him, Mike is determined to become the best scarer in campus. So, on his first day of class, that's where he meets this young, brash, and really cool kid of the class, James P. Sullivan, aka Sulley, the famous son of the famous scarer Bill Sullivan. So with that, their small rivalry has begun when Sulley has taken the school rival's mascot, Archie the Scare Pig, which he chased around the whole campus around, especially after the party that Mike's other friend, Randall Boggs, came in. But anyways, after that, Mike found a way to catch the pig by using a football and a trash can. However, despite his size and lack of scariness, they thought Sulley was the one who caught the pig and got the attention for everyone since he's Sullivan. And with that, their rivalry was born. Literally, they were at each other's necks during the whole semester as Mike was studying about scaring and getting all the good grades while Sulley wasn't really doing too well as he just mostly flunked most of the tests and doesn't really need studying since he's a born Sullivan and can just do things easily. However, things got hairy on the final day, which is the exam, where they have to test their scariness, which they decide to do it on each other, which caused up to a huge accident when Sulley accidentally tripped on Mike's books and knocked over Dean Hardscramble, the dean of the college. I don't know, it's been a long time since I went to college, but anyways, after that, it was a big accident as the screen canister that she held it in for her record broke as it rocketed all over the classroom and caused some few light blackouts. But hey, no one got hurt. But despite this, Dean decided to kick both of them out for Sulley. He's act first and thinking later, and Mike for not being so scary. So with that, they went off to a new class for the next semester, which was screen can designs, which turned out to be pretty boring. However, Mike was very depressed on how he didn't continue off in the scaring program, while Sulley is pretty upset with him for getting kicked out. But there was one chance for Mike to get in the scaring program, and that's the Scare Games, found by Dean Hardscrabble. It is a way to prove to monsters they have what it takes to be a scarer. So with that, Mike decided to enter himself and the not so brightest group of Monsters University, OK, aka Uzma Kappa. But with that, Mike decided to make a bet with Dean Hardscrabble that if he wins, he and his team will continue in the scaring program, but if he loses, he would have to leave Monsters University for good. So with that, he needed to find another member of their team. He attempted for Randall to join them. However, Randall already joined Roar Omega Roar due to his stealthiness, but surprisingly, the one person that he despises the most, aka Sulley, decided to join them. So with that, they formed the brand new group for the Scare Games, Uzma Kappa. However, there's one problem. During the first round, they were pretty lousy because Mike and Sulley's competitiveness, is that the word? I don't really know. They were at each other's necks and decided to race each other rather than racing as a team. As for the rest, they were falling behind because they have no idea what they were doing. So they thought they lost until they found out that one of the team members were caught cheating while using this protective layer against this prickly urchin thing. Please forgive me, I forgot what it's called. That inflates your body whenever you touch it. Pretty nasty stuff, I know. However, thankfully, they managed to pass through round one with pure luck. But then in the second round, they have to grab a flag without noticing a very huge, angry librarian who tosses anyone out through the door or the library. So, yeah, it's basically based on the ways how scarers work. Like you have to avoid whatever's on the floor, like toys or shoes. And for the second round, it's to avoid the parent. So they managed to go through it for the first two rounds. But during a party, Roar Omega Roar decided to humiliate them by pouring paint all over them giving them glitter, flowers, and stuffed animals, and made them look like fools as cute Kappa, which is they're bringing down their confidence, which Mike decided to bring back their confidence by taking them to Monsters Inc. You know, to give them a little inspiration, to show them that the scarers, they may not get along, but they show no fear and have full confidence that they can do anything, especially with scaring. It was a pretty nice sight at first, especially how the friendship between Mike and Sulley decided to grow. However, security came in and tried to catch them, but they managed to get away, and just in time for Uzma Kappa to step up on their game and become winners. So with that, thanks to the efforts of Mike training them how to do the scare stuff, they do a bunch of training montages before they manage to pass through the next 2 rounds before they head off to the final round. And that's putting their scariness to the test in the scare simulator. Each teams have to, each members have to prove their scariness by scaring the robot child to the highest difficult level. So at that, each gave it their all against their new rival, Roar Omega Roar, and which leads off to the final round between Mike and Johnny Worthington III. But in all the efforts, Mike really proved himself by bringing out one of the best scares ever, that he got the full thing all covered up. So with that, Uzma Kappa has finally won, and all thanks to Mike Wazowski. However, there's one problem. Mike found out that Sulley has manufactured the difficulty level for Mike's thing from hard to easy, because he doesn't believe that he's not scary enough, and worried that his team might not lose. So with that, Sulley decided to cheat to make sure he wins. Furious, Mike decided to prove himself that he is scary by using one of the students' newly built door to scare a child. But there is one problem. Mike was actually in a summer camp cabin, and they found out that the kids in there, they weren't afraid of him. So Mike was in trouble because he is in the human world, where he finds out he's not really all that scary. And feeling bad for what he did for Mike, Sulley decided to tell the truth to Dean Harmscrabble but after the whole students find out what happened to Mike, Sulley decided to sneak in and try to find Mike and bring him back to the monster world before he gets caught. And then they have a little heart-to-heart moment where Sulley admitted that being a Sullivan is hard for him because of he's not really one of the brightest ones, that he's actually pretty scared. But as soon as they were trying to head back to the monster world, Dean Harmscrabble turned off the portal or door simulation until the authorities arrive. So with that, Mike and Sulley are trapped in the human world, but Mike decided to come up with the idea. Use the officer's scream to open the door. It's pretty shocking that they would use an adult scream to open the door. But thankfully, Mike and Sulley come up with the idea to get them all scared there first, just as soon as Sulley jumped in and scared the poop out of them, that they all screamed, which caused the whole canisters in that one room to activate, which really shocked Dean Harmscrabble. And with that, they managed to finally get their chance to re-enter back in the monster world, with the cause of that door to explode. Despite all their recklessness, the two were expelled from Monsters University, but Luckily enough, Mike and Sulley did make up, as Sulley told him that it was all him. He did everything that nobody else could. Like, he turned a failing team into winners. He pulled out one of the biggest scares ever. Well, even though Sulley did, but Mike was the one who set everything up, and he did caught the pig. And all this, just because Mike is not scary, doesn't mean that he doesn't have it's not all not nobody. He's very fearless and really he's smart, and the one person that all depends on him. So with that, they did the one thing that nobody could. They surprised a lot of people, especially with Dean Harmscrabble. So with that, they need to pull off a lot more tricks on their sleeve. And what could they do in the meantime if they can't go through college to become scarers? Well, they decided to try out a job at Monsters Inc., which is mail sorting. You know, like they have to go through mail and sort them and deliver them off in the mail room of Monsters Inc. And that was their first job. And they had so many other jobs like janitor, cafeteria servers, screen canister organizers. And then when when the time has come, they finally went off to the scare tryouts, where Mike helped Sulley become the scare that every monster knows, and had the biggest score on the scare board, which is probably mentioned in Monsters Inc. As for Mike, instead of becoming a scarer, he became a scare coach for Sulley. So and that's how it ends. Yeah. Sorry I have to rush up this movie review. I actually have places to be as I'm recording this movie review. But either way, here are my thoughts for this Monsters University movie. It's actually a pretty great Monsters Inc. movie, especially for a prequel of how the story of how Mike and Sulley started off from bitter rivals to the close friendships that they have. It's a really great way for the story of friendship, of how not every friendship started off all happy. Like, they just need to grow a little bit. Also, this movie is all about self-acceptance, as Mike is trying to be something that he always wanted to be but couldn't because of he didn't look like he had the chance, but slowly found something that he's good at. Rather than being a scarer, he helped Sulley and the other college students of Uzma Kappa to become scarers. That's actually a pretty neat idea of how Mike became the best coach for Sulley, and how Sulley got the highest scoreboard and the scare board in Monsters Inc. And speaking of which, if you want to see the next story of Monsters University, then go ahead and check out Monsters Inc. in a canonical order. But either way, glad I got the chance to do this movie review for the Monsters Inc. land to coming out real soon in Disney World. So with that, thank you all so much for watching. Make sure you stay tuned for some more awesome videos coming real soon, like some more movie reviews this month. Yeah, I need to catch up with my movie reviews before 2026. That's why I haven't done a lot lately. But make sure you stay tuned for that, because the next one, it's going to be K-Pop Demon Hunters, the next Netflix film coming out next week. So make sure you stay tuned for that. And make sure you stay tuned for some more awesome things coming out real soon. And I'll see you all next time, everybody. Bye.
Hey, it's me, BDH, but I'm also known as the Brick Dragon Hero. That video was great, huh, Applex?
You said it, BBJ. And if you want to see more of the Brick Dragon Hero videos, all you gotta do is subscribe. Follow Brick Dragon Hero on Instagram. Like for this video. Share this with your friends.
And comment down below what you think of that video.
And don't forget to check out the last video. So thanks for watching and have a brick day. Whoosh.